I'm Ben. I'm here with my brother Adam, and we are going over the tale of the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
You know, I really didn't like this episode.
It wasn't as bad as some of the other ones for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It's just like...
It's forgettable. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it is. On consequenceofsound.net, there was an article put out a few weeks ago that ranked every single episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark from worst to best.
Okay.
Do you know any guess of what got the vote for the worst episode? And I actually think they only did the original run because it only said like 65 episodes. So it should have been like 80 something with the other two seasons.
I'll say, I don't know. We've hit some pretty bad ones. Hounds, is that on there?
That wasn't like the bottom 10. The absolute worst was actually the last episode of the original run, which is The Tale of Badge with that little fucking elf devil that comes back with that music student. I don't remember that one.
I mean, I don't remember that one either.
Well, number 64 out of 65 is The Sorcerer's Apprentice. You know, when I thought back of this episode, the only thing that I actually remember was like the last scene with the swimming pool.
Right. I'm right there with you.
And I really thought there was a scene with somebody with a tattoo. Was that in this at all?
No.
Okay. When I started watching it again, I did remember like some of the scenes, especially with the teacher and like the test scene. But other than that, I couldn't name any of the characters.
Right.
I vaguely remember what they looked like. Although I hated the leprechaun episode more than this one.
Yeah. I'll agree with you there.
Hungry Hounds is next, by the way.
Ah, I see. And it was on there.
Yeah, I do like Hungry Hounds more than this one.
By one.
I'll put a look at these show notes. I don't agree with this whole list. Of course, like everybody's top 10 episodes are pretty much the same. Or at least like the top 5. Like Laughing in the Dark's highly rated. The Red Bicycle's highly rated. Dead Man's Float. Remember those?
I mean, I'm sure when we get to them that it'll ring bells. Because, I mean, as soon as What? Hold on. Go back up there.
I'm looking at number 5 right now with Pinball Wizard.
Okay. I was going to say.
4 is Nightly Neighbors, though. I put Pinball above Nightly Neighbors. The Frozen Ghost. Midnight Madness, it's 2, which I definitely agree with. Tale of the Red Bicycle's number 1.
You're looking for Laughing in the Dark, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't agree. Yeah, I don't agree with this whole list. The Capture Souls is number 12. Phantom Cab's 11. Yeah, right. Laughing in the Dark's number 7. Yeah, I would have put that. How the fuck did Nightly Neighbors get ranked above this one?
No idea.
Well, back to our episode of The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Do you remember this episode starts out, Ben? I knew it was a little forgettable.
Yeah. Are you talking about like the campfire scene? Or are you talking about just in general?
This is the whole episode here. Midnight Society is a big part of this.
I don't remember how it starts.
It starts out with the gang exploring bushes, and Frank leads them to what appears to be a fresh...
Oh, the grave, yeah.
Do you remember what he bets them?
He bets them his Michael Jordan rookie card.
Yeah. Have you ever seen one of those?
No.
Okay, I looked it up on eBay. Do you know what it's worth right now?
I'll say $2 million.
Yeah, right.
$1 million.
No.
Lower?
This card's not worth that much.
You never know, man. Those like Superman comics and shit, they're worth like 10 to 15.
Yeah, but that's a comic book, not a card.
Wow. I mean, he did go to space.
Yeah. At the time of this episode, though, he could have had like 6 years to get that card brand new. So it is something he could have got like he was 7 or 8 years old.
Okay, well, don't leave me hanging. How much is it worth?
The ones I saw on eBay, lesser like condition, about 800. I saw it going for like 2,500, like immaculate condition. How much is a brand? I didn't know they had basketball rookie cards. I thought it was just baseball that did that.
Mm-mm.
Well, how much is like a card when you buy a brand new? Like $3?
Well, you get a whole pack of them.
Okay, so he could have got like a whole pack for like $5.
Yeah,
that would have been a pretty good return on investment.
Yeah, think of like baseball and basketball cards, like the Pokemon cards and Magic cards and shit. Like you spend $10 for like a pack, but you don't know what you're getting.
They get closer, and then they see a skeleton pop out. It sends them all terrifying right for the hills. with Eric shouting, "Run, run, run." Then Kiki comes out from the bushes and high-fives Frank because it was a little joke they played on each other. In April Fool's Day since past, apparently.
Yeah, those Lost Boys.
Well, Kiki decides to take that fake skull and just throw it around like a basketball so they show their own joke. And they say how Eric was a little pussy right there saying, "Run, run, run." He's most afraid. Oh, by the way, he hasn't told a story yet. He's always talking shit at our campfires. Here we are. This is 9 episodes in. He hasn't told a story yet.
Who, Frank?
No, Eric.
Well, he does soon, though.
Yeah, the next episode.
Yeah.
Betty Ann's the one telling this story. She seems to have good ones, right?
Yeah, but they're gruesome and they end well.
It takes place modern times, but we get a flashback to the past. Because one night at a high school in 1966, a young teenage girl sneaks into school and heads to the basement pool. Now, what school has a basement pool? Better yet, like, what high schools have you been to that actually had a pool? Because we grew up in a school district that doesn't really have a high amount of population or funding.
We're poor. We're poor.
Yeah, we live in the second poorest county in Maryland. I don't even bigger areas around us. I didn't never meet anybody who said they were on a swim meet for the high school. Huh. I mean, is that something that takes place high end private schools or something?
I can't think of one of the schools around here that would have a swimming pool.
Yeah, I'm also thinking since this flashback scene takes place back in 1966, what school was this? Although if you remember seeing, I think it's a Wonderful Life with the school dance scene, they press that button and a swimming
opens
pool.
the pool up. Yeah,
yeah. I haven't seen that kind of engineering in a while either.
Right.
The girl finds a chain bucket and places some metallic-like objects into it. Yeah, she rolls a sleep up, and that's that tattoo of the red cobra. So that's the thing I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Then she lowers the bucket into the water and makes a run for it. But it was at night. I guess there's no security teams at these schools overnight, right?
Groundskeeper Willie, and that's it.
Yeah. Then we're back into modern day, which is when this aired, which is early 90s. We meet Dean Burkham, a young teenage boy who doesn't fit in, isn't popular. He seems like more of an introvert, one of those guys that kind of sticks to himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
That guy looked familiar, by the way.
Yes, he did, but I can't place him.
His name's Matthew McKay. He was in the Peanut Butter Solution in the 80s. I remember seeing that movie.
I still don't ring a bell for me.
Do you remember that movie at all?
No.
It was kind of a crazy plot. The thing that I remember was they're using hair to make paintbrushes and peanut butter can mix their hair grow or something like that.
Huh.
He was also on Maniac Mansion, the TV show. I've been trying to track that down because I'm a big fan of the video game.
Did you ever play the second one?
No.
The Day of the Tentacle?
No, I can't find it.
I have it.
I'll hit you up on that then. Have you heard of this TV show called The Assassin? It was aired 2012, 2013. Oh, wait, no, that's the episode. Cowda is the name of the show.
They were better off sticking with Assassin.
Yeah, I can't pronounce that dude, too easily. Yeah, his last acting credit was 2013 on IMDb.com. And then later on, we meet his friend Alex, which is spelled Alix. She has 2 acting credits. One's Are You Afraid of the Dark? There was Prehistoric Bimbos and Armageddon City. Is this a porno or something? Maybe that's your...
Oh, boy.
That's going to be your answer on Who's Appearing Naked.
I hope so.
What the hell movie is this? That has a really weird cover art on IMDb.com. Oh, it's an independent film. It says no bimbos were hurt in making this movie. One review says it sucks.
That's not very nice.
It says don't rent this movie if it's a joke. Do you remember what happens after we're introduced to Dean?
Well, I mean, I know it's going through how he has bad luck and he's just not popular and, he's a forgettable character, much like this episode.
Yeah, we meet Miss Crenshaw because he's the last one in the classroom and gets that test.
Right.
Which push tells him he's going to fail on the spot. He's a piece of shit.
Right.
What do you think of this teacher, by the way?
I don't know. She could have worked a little harder on her acting.
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. It also seemed like she was playing the type of teacher who like should have retired like 10 years ago. Like,
right.
They also don't care about teaching anymore. Dean's only friend is a girl named Alex. Although she's pretty much the complete. He was there very close. Yeah, that's what I was saying. This Are You Afraid of the Dark Wikipedia page needs some fucking editors working for it. Here's the set it's bed. Dean's only friend was a girl named Alex, though she was pretty much the complete. They were very close and had a wonderful friendship. So how many Twisted Teas do you think someone was in when they wrote that?
Well, I mean, last time we recorded, I hit 11. And I started making phone calls because that's what I do when I get drunk.
I think it's just getting to the point where they're complete opposites of each other, but somehow are friends.
But they complete. That is, they. Period.
Yeah, she tries to comfort him a little bit. He's got some kind of low self-esteem. Then we're transported to this world cultures class where this Dr. Oliver, who's a female archaeologist, has some pretty good core props with her, right?
Yeah, I mean, rare stuff, ancient, and she's ballsy enough to handle it without gloves and just kind of, oh yeah, this bowl used to hold ancient salts. So let me put table salt in it and, use an example.
Yeah, I got that vibe as well. Like she's saying, well, the other thing is like, how do they know this? Like, how do they know what the bowl was used to hold? Some kind of hieroglyphic or something?
I mean, maybe, but at the same point, like, people would freak out. Like, real archaeologists would freak out if you tried to touch something without gloves, or, you need like a million people watching you, like, fold back pages of some book they find.
She starts explaining that golden dagger and how it was used by the high priest of Babylon to cut out the hearts of slaves they're about to sacrifice. And really? I'm thinking, like, shouldn't this be in the Smithsonian?
Yeah, shouldn't it be a little dingier?
Well, I think someone just went to like a flea market that weekend and said, okay, let's just get this. I'm going to paint it up a little bit. We'll use it as a prop. Oh, speaking of which, I really want to know what happened to most of the props used in this TV show, especially that giant fucking Zevo statue in the episode.
You know what I want either to make or find the chair that's like, it looks like stone at the Midnight Society.
Yeah, I also want the Snick couch, the orange couch. I know what probably happened. Of course, Nick Studios doesn't exist anymore. Blue Man Group's down there. I'm going to Universal in Orlando in a few weeks. I really want to see this building now. But this being a children's show, kind of low budget, I guarantee most of the stuff just got destroyed or ended up in the trash. I saw a rumor online that someone bought all back from Legend of the Hidden Temple, but I had a feeling that was a myth. I really don't care about this dagger, though, or the little Cobra statue thing. That's what I'm going to call it.
I'm telling you, the thing looks goofy without the red ruby in its mouth. It just looks stupid.
Yeah, it's described here as an ancient Babylonian long, solid gold staff shaped like a curva near the top with red jeweled eyes, which apparently belonged to an evil Babylonian sorcerer. Spooky, right?
Okay, so he's a sorcerer, hence the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah.
But the way they made it sound is like he was a god. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got that vibe as well.
So my question is, in Babylonian religion, is there a real god named Goth?
I think they made that up. And by the way, that name's kind of shitty. They should have came up with a little scarier. Just Goth. I mean, that's a kind of a lifestyle choice, right?
Well, I mean, he was wearing leather later on, so he was getting there.
Babylonian gods: Tiamat, Elan, Eki, Marduk. Oh, they have a family tree on Wikipedia. Hey, there's somebody named Dust and Man.
No Goth.
But when they talk about man, though, they're talking about humans. Yeah, there's no Goth on here. They just made it up for the episode.
Very well.
Well, you remember Dean's reaction when he's looking at this damn thing?
Well, she was talking about how it would grant good luck and fortune and all this other shit. So he was eye banging that thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering why no other students, because he seemed like hypnotized the way he was looking at this thing. I was
Right.
wondering why no one else was, because it was bad luck and doing piss poor in school or something.
Maybe.
The following Goth will bring one good fortune, yes, but crossing Goth will lead to one's destruction. But Dr. Oliver dismisses all this is just stories.
Question. I mean, I don't know if you caught it. Dean never talks to Dr. Oliver.
Barely.
So when he starts his little Mr. Belvedere fan club trying to resurrect him or whatever, I mean, wouldn't you want a little more information? I mean, she is an archaeologist, studies ancient religions and shit. I mean, he's just kind of winging it, but he seems to know what the hell he's doing. Really didn't make sense.
Oh, and by the way, this was not Miss Crenshaw's class, right? Someone else, because they're talking about like anthropology and Mrs. Crenshaw's science. So I have to make sure there's like two different classrooms.
Right.
I know some of these shows, like Saved by the Bell, they all use one classroom the whole fucking series. It just changes like set design.
Right.
But like the doors are the same. So like driver's ed, science, math, band class, it's all in the same room. His fashion changed the next day, by the way, because he's coming in there with a leather jacket and jeans looking all badass and shit.
That's right.
Goes to the basement and unlocks a locked door, walks down some metal stairs into another dark part of this never-ending school. So somehow he knew to pull up that metal chain and get the thing from 1966. There's just been like hanging down there the whole damn time.
Right.
Nearly 30 years later. And Miss Crishaw must be a bitch for tests because they're doing another test when they're back in that room.
2 days later.
Yeah. Although maybe this was like a month from each other. We don't know. He pulls that famous, "Hey, I'm done." Did you see that paper up close, by the way? Because I don't know if like it filled it out automatically or he just handed a blank piece of paper.
It was blank.
Okay. Hey, well, this shit started to work. I mean, everybody should feel good for him. He started to get the easy way out of this thing.
Yeah.
After the class, Alex tries to find out what happened during that test. He pushes away.
There really isn't much to this one.
Yeah, I kind of wanted more things to happen.
We're struggling through it.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't do my show notes for this. So I'm like, okay, I can talk about this. How this sucks. This sucks.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened with Alex after that?
Well, he said, my luck's turning around because you said it was going to turn around, and people follow me now, and I'm popular. The end, really. Like this is just, oh my god.
Yeah, I think this could be a short episode for us.
This is like, it's not really very interesting. That, like, okay, he's trying to summon Goth back to this world or whatever. Okay, cool, but that's really it.
Do you think it was scary what he appears, like his face and shit?
Oh, his little hologram?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've heard some other people say that was scary. I'm like, no, it just looks like he's there. I mean,
yeah.
I do remember watching this one as a kid, and I wasn't scared by it.
Yeah.
It was just like, back then, your mindset was a little different because we didn't have constant distractions or tons of episodes upon us. It was basically when the episode was on, that's what you watched because you liked the show. And I think this was just one of those things where I watched it just because it was our favorite of the dark. So that whole basement scene at the pool at the end, where like Goth finally appears.
Right. Let me ask you something. What was the use of that ruby thing in the mouth?
I think that's what gave it power.
Okay, so when she took it out and chucked it into the acid, he didn't give a fuck. He didn't care at all.
Well, that's when he's free from his brainwashing, right?
No, the goth guy. He didn't give a shit. She hucked it right at him. He's coming out of the acid, and he don't give a fuck. Then what was the point?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because that's how he's free. Yeah, when she pulls the red jewel out of the snake's tail, like that's how it starts losing power.
That, I mean, you would assume. But he didn't care because he was already kind of coming back to life or whatever. But
because the Goth was about to kill Alex.
But in a way, you know, okay, say shit goes south, you know, you would still need that ruby or whatever the fuck, you know, for the next time. I don't remember seeing it at the end of the episode.
Dean tries to run for help, but Goth freezes him in place and he can't move. Goth claiming he, I guess we're supposed to be claims, Goth claims he would come for him next. As Goth, which is supposed to be capitalized, closes on her, Dean screams to her. I don't know what's more irritating, dissecting this part of the watch this episode again.
Chlorine!
Yeah, she pours the chlorine into the fucking pool. That's what sends Goth back to where he was, right?
Yes.
Goth asks Dean how he knew what to do. And that's when he remembers Mrs. Crenshaw's chemistry exam. That chlorine would kill bacteria in the organic leaves. Meanwhile, someone else enters the pool after they leave. And it's Dr. Oliver. Who saw that coming?
So, back to what I was saying. Had he talked to Dr. Oliver, he would find out that she was the sorcerer's apprentice, not him. So he was like the apprentice of the apprentice without even knowing.
Mind blown.
Like, I don't know. See, this is just it's a forgettable episode, but it does have certain scenes that when you watch it, you do remember.
What do you think would have made this better?
Not doing it.
I see, like, I mean, the plot seems like it could have went somewhere. It's not like the Hungry House episode where, like,
oh, yeah.
What the hell?
You could easily turn the Hungry Hounds into an Imes commercial, but they don't. I would say if they built a little more on, I guess, more on the backstory than like, oh, here's my test, Miss Crenshaw. If it was more of him, you know, more of him learning about how to do things, it would make more sense, I guess.
You think Dr. Oliver's hot?
I mean, maybe a little bit.
I looked her up on IMDb. She's been a voice actress on Assassin's Creed as well. So this is like the fourth Are You Afraid of the Dark actor I've seen on an Assassin's Creed. Are we seeing some kind of trend here?
See, I mean, they know where to go. Oh, we got any hits?
No, she's not a Mr. Skin.
I bet you Mary Beth is.
Who the hell's Mary Beth?
From Midnight Society.
I think you meant Betty Ann.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mary Beth was in Super Specs.
Oh. See, forgive me. Hold on. Why didn't Dr. Oliver summon him herself?
That's an excellent question. Well, maybe that's why she took the job as being an archaeologist. But what she says at the end there.
I'm afraid we failed. But I planted jewels in high schools all over the country. We'll have another chance. And to think, when I was a young girl, they thought I was mad.
It places another jewel into the mouth of the staff, which becomes glowing red. So that's what, yeah, I did give it some power.
She could do this from like the comfort of her fucking bathtub at her house and just have muriatic acid because fucking security at that school is shit.
Well, she mentioned she's going to do this at our schools as well. So maybe it's just like getting a whole cult together and giving him more power to take over the world. Yeah, I just don't see how this is scary, though.
It doesn't make any damn sense.
David and Eric discussed at the Midnight Society after the story was told that there may be a sequel. That never happened, luckily.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'm actually going to rank this, Ben.
This one's pretty bad.
But have it given this, when I watch this on Hungry Hounds again.
Oh.
You know, I would actually pick this one again, just because I think if I watched it for like the 13th time, things maybe start to make more sense.
I mean, if it was between watching this or Hungry Hounds, I would have to watch this again. Hungry Hounds was terrible. This is just bland.
Yeah, I put it in the like bottom 30% on hotel.
Well, yeah, I'll agree with you there.
But next week we actually have another one I hate. That's the Leprechaun episode.
Oh man, yeah, I can't wait for that.
Thanks again for listening to another episode of We're Not Afraid of the Dark, and especially We're Not Afraid of this piece of shit episode. Be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube. It's produced by MacHale Studios. If you want to reach out to us, please send us an email at MacHaleStudios@gmail.com.
Feel the magic, Houdini, when we leave you in your casket, that's tragic. Peep me and my genie flying past it. I'm Aladdin getting blasted, blasting this rap shit. Plaster blacking out, talking smack with savage crackers. I'd rather be a jackass than average, I guess. I'm just established at that practice, like a master, no less. The best, bless you with a trip to my society. Where at the stroke of midnight, the dim light of the fire gleams and inspires me. Hear me howling at the moon, growling till it's noon and start prowling with the goons and redo this tune smooth but edgy. Ain't doing catchy. I blow the dope, it's dope, the dope can get you. I ain't doing Reggie Miller, I'm a killer. Rest in peace, J Dilla. I'm an MJ Thriller. There's no MC Rilla, but I feel you. I'm digging all that shit you been kicking, but it's not dark enough. You sort of spark when you spitting, but embark on a mission to scare me. Put some terror in me, bury me alive in my fears, like start embarrassing me. Get some kerosene and pour it on the flame. Here's a seat, now listen, no story is the same.
Separately, we're very different. We like different things. We go to different schools, and we have different friends. But one thing draws us together. The dark. The dark. The dark. The dark. The dark. The dark. The dark.
Listen, I'm in the back alley with a split flick, drifting with the black cats and the witches, vicious, getting into mischief. The wickedest of wizards that you imps have ever witnessed. Get with this. What's up with all the whack MCs in the vicinity? Craving my style, this campfire is the remedy. From vampires to entities, I spit about every subject. Styles go to infinity. Rip one and be like, what's next? Your suspects as usual. Plot lines is corny. Characters predictable and climax is boring. I'm snoring, I'll be 40 by the time this bitch is over. Dragging on and on and on, come on, let's get some closure. I can't do this over. So send that split my way and let me break it down and take the crown if I may. I'm not afraid, I'll be looking through the darkness. All my gang star shit, don't worry, this is harmless.